Hi everyone, so I just thought I'd show you like a kind of typical morning whenever I go back home after the school run. This is just me walking back through a bowling club that's near my kids' school, and the sky was so blue. It was such a sunny morning, and although it was really cold, it just makes it so much easier to go out and do the school run. I don't mind it anyway. I love to have like a walk in the morning, and I never take the car, so I get to kind of enjoy the peace whenever I walk back. And I don't know, it felt really spring-like, but then it has actually snowed today, so I kind of don't know if we're going to get more wintry weather for a while. I love these streets near my house. They're just like so pretty. When I got home, I made myself a latte, and I had like a crispy bun that my friend gave me. I decided to have a peppermint latte, and when it's Christmas time I kind of convinced myself it's a candy cane latte, but it's really just peppermint syrup. And I decided that I was going to write in the garden, because even though it was cold, I just like couldn't resist writing in the sunshine. It definitely just like lifts your mood and puts you in a good kind of frame of mind for the rest of the day, and I definitely feel more inspired whenever I'm surrounded by like nature, even if it's just in my backyard. I was just frothing the milk here, and I used the stovetop espresso maker to make myself coffee. Yeah, sometimes like I just want to go to a cafe and have someone else make it for me, and I feel like it's worth the money. And then other times, if I want to be in a kind of calm environment like in the garden, I don't mind the process of making it myself, even though it takes a little while. I find there's something grounding about like watching coffee being prepared in this way. It's just like kind of old fashioned, and I don't know, I like the gentle bubbling of it and the sound it makes. And I think it's funny whenever the kids are out at school and I can actually hear the sound of the clock ticking. It's such a contrast to the crazy like screaming and arguing that goes on in the morning between the two of them before I do the school run. It's definitely much calmer. And I made extra frothy milk today that kind of looked like a little cloud, and it was actually a really good cup of coffee. It kind of made me think that I should more often like make my own at home and try to resist the call of Cafe Nero when I'm on the walk home. I took my journal and my computer outside, decided to start with like a little journaling first. I just think it's a good way to kind of get into like a creative flow and just like start writing, and it's like there's no pressure to immediately get into a specific storyline or to think about all the details of the plot. You're just writing freely, and it's just like putting your thoughts on paper. Yeah, like it's kind of nice to go outside and actually need sunglasses for once. Like it was kind of blinding sort of sun that day, and it's sort of rare, or feels rare at least for here. Like I think Northern Ireland just has so many grey months of the year that whenever you see like blue sky and sunshine, it's almost like a shock to the system. And do any of you like journaling? Do you kind of religiously keep a journal, or do you just kind of note things down now and again? I used to write down like every detail of my life when I was a teenager. I guess you have more time to do it then, and I don't know, the entries were probably really sentimental. I'm kind of sad that I didn't keep them now. I think there was a time where I cleared out a lot of them because I felt like there were things to do with my past in it that my partner at that time wouldn't accept, and almost like I wasn't allowed to have them. But like now it would be interesting to kind of look back over them. Although I suppose like how many people are going to have time to sit and read through like old diaries, and there were so many of them. I remember getting my first diary when I was like 5, and it had a lock on it, and I was really excited about it. And I just remember writing things in it like, today we went to the swimming pool for my birthday party, and it's probably really dull, but I even enjoyed like sitting writing then and just like reflecting on the day. For such a busy neighbourhood, it was actually strangely quiet in the garden that morning. I guess it was still quite early and maybe people don't really venture outside as much whenever it's this cold. I'm not bothered by it being cold, even if it's like bitterly cold, as long as there's like sunshine or even it's dry and there's no rain. I'm happy to go outside. I know it's probably not possible to stay out for extended periods of time, but I just think it just cheers you up, like having fresh air in the morning. And here I just decided to finish writing in my journal, and then after that I got my laptop out and I wrote 2,000 words of a book that I'm working on at the minute that's actually moving along quite quickly. I think it's because it's just like based on true life and it's, I don't know, it just flows easily. The sun got really blinding at this stage, but I don't mind, like as long as I can still see my computer screen, I'll still stay outside in the sun. I couldn't believe how like pure blue the sky was that day. It was just like perfect. Does anybody else feel like they have so many thoughts in their head and that writing kind of helps them to organise them? Like I always feel like my brain is kind of flooded with thoughts, and getting them on paper, it's like a way of kind of releasing them into the world, and then like they're no longer rattling around in my head. I'm thinking about making the book I'm working on at the moment into another trilogy. I already have 2 trilogies out, but I haven't written one in a while. And I think you kind of have to know before you start a trilogy that you have a lot of material to work with, and the stories are, or the sort of episodes of the same story can be broken up into separate stories of their own. It sort of has to be something long and complicated with lots of different facets to it. So yeah, like I think that the book I'm writing at the moment could sort of fit into that, because I feel like I've only scratched the surface of it and I'm already like 10,000 words into the first book, so I'll see how that goes and probably make a decision as I get further into it. Sometimes I don't really like writing a trilogy because it sort of makes you have to commit to one story for a long time, and I think that to maintain the flow of it you have to write one after another. You can't really take a break and come back to it and write something else, or it just interrupts it and it doesn't feel like it's the same book then. As I was sitting here, I was kind of thinking about my kids in school and feeling a bit sorry for them that they were stuck inside while it was such a beautiful day. But I guess I get outside at break and lunchtime, and it's not often that I get to sit and enjoy the sunshine in peace and quiet and gather my thoughts without like being dragged in different directions to play different games or to go out. So I should probably just be grateful for it whenever it happens. I actually feel like I have a serious chocolate problem. I think I've had it for years, but I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but I can't actually make it through like a whole day without having chocolate at least like once or twice. I don't know if that counts as like a bad addiction to have. I kind of think I replaced smoking with eating chocolate because I quit a couple of years ago, and I think I just always have to have some sort of addiction, whether it is healthy or not. went back inside, I was greeted by some very colourful flowers, and the tulips my friend got me had opened out fully and they're so pretty. And I hung out the laundry out in the lime because it felt like it was a day where it might actually dry. And yeah, it just felt like a really mindful and peaceful day. And after I did some housework and I cooked some components of dinner and finished writing and everything, I just sat down and had a flick through some books I got from the library. I just picked up some books that had nice visuals in them. I find it inspiring if I don't have time to sit and read, just to kind of absorb the pictures and the kind of themes of the books. This one looked familiar to me and I wondered, was it in a magazine I read? This is a cookery book that was written by the lady that wrote Midnight Chicken. It's a cookery book I love and I've mentioned it in my videos before, and it's just about how she uses like cooking for like healing, but it also just has like comfort foods, and I love the recipes and the illustrations in it. And I don't know what it is about it. It sort of looks French to me and there's something nostalgic about it, and I tend to make like the pancakes a lot. I thought I might get some new recipes out of this one, and this is just a novel I got to. I love the cover. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.